Welcome back to the Expanse Session 2 of Wayward Sun. Um, we're following four characters who are working on a supply ship, the Somalia, as they are transporting cargo to um, Ganymede Station. We have Ade, who is an earther engineer and technician. We have Nico, who is a builder pilot. We have Mira, who has some sort of shadowy background. And we have Yessi, who is a belter OPA liaison. Could we maybe start off this evening by trying to remember some of the key beats that we had last session? You arrived on Ganymede Station, having gotten a transmission from um, the head of the Amaltheus Ambrosel's supply company. The family name is Dardanus. You were kind of strong-armed via threats to take this on. Otherwise, you might find it hard to get work or even have your ship repossessed. The job: find the elder Dardanus' son Kai, who had gone missing, and last transmission was from Ganymede Station. What happened next?
Good. Yeah, we went to a cargo hold, and everybody almost got killed by Nico because Nico's a traitor.
Well, that definitely happened. But what first happened is that you split up a little bit.
Some of
Yessi
us went
and
drinking, some of us went
Nico's,
strong arming.
yeah. Yessi and Ade stayed on the ship, and Nico and Mira ventured out. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. Nico and Mira ventured out. Nico went to a dive bar, the Dry Dock, and was very charming.
Of course.
And found out that Pinkwater Patrols. Pinkwater is the private security detail that enforces something like the law on Ganymede Station. And Nico also heard, with his successful roles and conversation, that the name Lacage was a lead. You heard that it was a brothel. Mira independently confirmed this information by talking to the Pinkwater Regional Office. And Yessi also confirmed the information via communication with an OPA liaison. You also learned that Pinkwater patrols have increased, and likely the result of increased gang activity on the station. When you went to Lacage, what happened?
Mira once again tried to strong arm some poor lady because, that this just doesn't get the vibe. So Nico, as charming as always, interfered and pulled out some more information, being in a back alley to get the location of the warehouse that we didn't know was a warehouse at the time, that I did absolutely try to turn on everybody and get them killed. Right, John?
I don't appreciate this revisionist history. The way that I remember it is I walked in there with a plan, and I executed on that plan, and then because I did so, you did exactly what I wanted you to do.
You wanted to get trapped in a warehouse?
Oh, no. The part before that. The part about the brothel.
Not really trapped.
Now, I want to reference something that Andy said. It very specifically said just moments ago, okay? I said that Nico betrayed us and locked us in a warehouse, and Andy said all of that definitely happened.
I did not say that.
He did, and I will clip it, and I will send it to you.
Oh no.
So Buckley and Elizabeth
also told Nico some other important information, that Kai had worked at Lacage as a sex worker a while back, and
about their potential lover.
Yeah, had caught the eye of Orn Aquilo, who then became Kai's sole customer, and then Kai moved in with Aquilo. Turns out you also learned that Aquilo owns Lacage.
Yeah.
And a few weeks ago, Kai shows up desperate, asking for Elise's help, saying that he needed to leave Ganymede, that he had a plan, and he needed a place to sleep. And he mentioned 47D that Elise heard over a comm call. I'm sorry, 57D that Elise heard over a comm call.
That's the problem.
And
You
that-
go to 47D. Fuck.
Yeah. So eventually, through your conversations, you learned that 57D is a storage unit, an unmarked one about a half mile down, and you checked it out.
Yeah. And
that-
it
and-
was booby trapped.
Yes. And that's where Tom betrayed you, right? Is that what it is,
Yes.
John? Yes, yes.
I mean, I don't know exactly when Nico betrayed us, but it wasn't Nico betraying us; it was Tom. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Anyways, jokes aside, we got out of that thanks to Ade.
Ade's technical expertise, yeah.
Yeah, and
The real hero.
we were planning on going to the gang boss's place.
Absolutely. So before that, though, Ade found a trigger module on the interior panel of the unit, along with shrink-wrapped, preserved luxury goods.
Higgins!
What's Higgins doing?
Just yelling.
We can't hear him, so
Sorry, I
When
thought I was
Ade
muted.
took- yeah, that's okay.
no. Funny.
When Ade took the part back to the sommelier, she was able to pull a partial serial number from it and learn that it was Bilter parts and of Bilter origin, and ultimately found out that it was from Kovacs Industrial.
Mm.
And it was dated about 11 months ago, sort of shortly after Kai was known to have been on Ganymede Station for the first time after its disappearance. And then finally, you mustered up the courage to finally talk to Aquilo, who seems like a pretty threatening gang leader.
If I recall correctly, I think our specific plan, because we don't know when he's going to show up at the at Lacage, was to potentially go chase down that trigger module lead until we get a message from the bartender that our gangster friend, yes, absolutely, is visiting
Well,
so that we can.
But you were also told where Aquino had an office. So you have
Yeah.
that
I guess-
location.
I guess we were debating on whether or not
Yeah.
it made sense to go there while he might be at the office or to.
Well, I think the thing is we don't want to go to his office and meet him there. We want to meet him at the brothel because we feel like it would be a more open air venue than his office, which he would probably be okay, or has probably done some, theory crafting on how he would get rid of a few bodies. And so the brothel is probably a bit more of an open area where we won't be a threat, and also dragging him out of that area and confronting him outside and keeping him there allows for us to split the group and have others go into the office while he's not there and find out things that he may not be willing to tell us about.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think that sounds
Mhm.
kind of
Correct.
where we were at.
What's the plan then?
We're waiting for the call from the bartender that Nico's got the name of for sure because he takes good notes and he would definitely remember somebody important like a friend.
Elise.
Mira? Oh, okay. Elise, yeah, sure. Mira.
John's here.
Elise.
I'm here. Oh, me a bartender? That's sexist. You're being a misogynist. And
an
Rather
alternate
than being
career
a
path.
racist against belters.
oh, no. We're not bringing that back up. That's episode one stuff.
Okay,
That's
so
episode
you know
one
what?
stuff.
That's a really important plot beat, is we realized that Mira is a bigot.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't an important plot beat. Oh my god, this light really makes me look white, doesn't it? Oh my
It was the most important plot beat.
Oh, I'm so pale. Oh my god.
so funny. So
So I think I would send a message to Elise asking specifically to get a heads up if our gangster friend shows up, and we would go check the Kovacs location about the trigger module to see if we can
you
identify.
quickly receive a message on your comm device that Kilo doesn't come to Lacage much at all anymore. Did when Kai worked there. Business dealt with in his office.
Well, shit.
Okay. Well, I guess we can just not break in, do a B&E. We could just meet him in his office. It's fine.
Yeah.
Do we want to get information on that trigger module first to see if it's something...
There was one more thing that I was thinking about, and that was going to the Amalfi Ambrosial's administrative office. I don't remember now why we. I mean, maybe to. Yeah, go ahead.
I think it was to see if they had any stuff about that warehouse or any goods going missing.
Things going missing. Yeah. So I would like to at least check out Kovacs Industrial before we.
Yeah. So you definitely have a couple of leads. So going to Kovacs Industrial and tracing down this partial serial number that Ade pulled off the trigger module, going to Ambrosial's area, sort of office area, or because you knew that Kai worked there for a time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to do these things before you talk to Aquino, that whatever order you want is fine.
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
Is it Aquino or Aquilo?
I'm sorry. I keep on saying Aquino, but I think it is Aquilo. As his first name is Orn.
Yeah.
O-R-N. Aquilo. I will just type that in the chat.
I think going after the other two leads first probably makes sense in the hopes that they are less likely to involve Pew Pew. Since, as we discussed last week, not our strong suit.
Definitely not.
So, do we want to do the trigger module first, since that might
I think that would
the
be
other
good.
two? Okay. So Kovacs Industrials then.
Kovacs Industrial, yeah. So just by asking around, there's no need to play this out in terms of role playing or even any roles. Here's what I can tell you. So Kovacs Industrial is tucked into the commercial docks, a narrow storefront with a cluttered window display of engineering components and fabrication samples. Inside, the smell of machine oil and recycled air. A young belter behind the counter looks up as the crew enters, sizing you up the way people do out here, quick, practiced, neutral.
Thanks for the raid solution. Hey, folks, we're playing yet another random game. This is the Expanse. And obviously, I'm not running it because I'm in the wrong square for that. Thanks for coming in. The Expanse.
Goodbye.
So not much on the module is basically what?
What?
Not much is coming from the module.
Well, you didn't ask.
Or was that just the intro? Okay.
Oh,
it sounded like
that was just the intro. So so you find this person here, kind of a neutral attitude, young belter person, and now stage is yours.
I think Ade would go up and address him. Hey, I've found this working on a part and was wondering who might have ordered it, because it definitely wasn't supposed to be there.
And so if you hand it to him, he will sort of turn it over and look at it a little bit. And he kind of, he's thinking for a moment and he says, "Oh, okay, Sasa, hold on." And he walks into the back. A few minutes pass. an older woman emerges, heavyset, reading glasses pushed up on her forehead, and she has the component in her hand, looking it over, and she says, "Yeah, we made that custom order maybe 11 months back."
Hmm.
And then thinking some more, she says, young woman, maybe 30s, hair pulled back, picked it up.
Well,
Do we have a photograph of Elise?
I don't think we do.
But Tom definitely knows.
Does
what
that
Elise
sound
looks
like a description of Elise?
No.
Okay.
Was she in character? Yes, you would ask. Was she one of us?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, Belcher woman in her 30s.
Hair pulled back.
Any tattoos?
I mean, 11 months ago, I don't remember.
Hard to remember.
She paid, right?
Yeah.
You got her details?
No, she paid his script.
Shit.
How do you know she was here to pick it up?
Say again?
How do you know that's what she was here to pick up and she was the right person to pick it up? Do you have a name, a contact, anything like that? Or
Nope.
do you just give out those to anybody that asks for them?
It must have been a face-to-face agreement. I don't know. Listen, sometimes it's a don't ask, don't tell, and
Yeah.
then looks at Nico and Yessie like,
Well, thank you for your help. You haven't made another one of these, right?
not lately.
All right. Well,
Right.
yeah, fair go. It sounds like a bit of a dead end.
Can I use my perception empathy to see if there's more to the story that's being held back? Maybe.
You sure can. Go ahead. Ooh, beautiful. So you do have some stun points available.
Okay. Oh, shucks.
You rolled great.
I don't have the thingy open. Hold on, let me find it.
You got it.
So do I have to use them before you respond, or can you give me something?
No,
Okay.
absolutely can give you something.
Okay.
So that's a super good roll there, and what I guess is happening in character is like you're reading her, right?
Yeah.
That's the empathy thing, and you don't get any sense that she's lying, and she seems, even though she might be a little gruff,
Mhm.
is perfectly businesslike. Seems to be honest.
Okay. I would
I'm
say
not sure any stunt points would apply here, but
okay. So for the social stunts, let's see. I could add SP to another social test overseeing target. Hold on. Secret meaning only one person hears. Another character uses my ability and focus for the next test. So they're not really anything useful here, huh?
doesn't seem so. I guess the takeaway is that she genuinely can't remember. She told you what she knows. She sees lots of people. This was almost a year ago.
Yeah. Dead end.
Okay.
I mean, you rolled really insanely well. If there was something.
Yeah, you'd be told that. Yeah.
Yeah, if there were any other kind of identifying marks, it might be something you could ask your contacts about, but if it's just long hair pulled back.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Well.
And we're looking for, just to kind of make sure, I mean, Kai is son, right? That was mentioned?
That's right.
Mhm.
It could be that
Don't say anything more, Jonathan, before you get canceled.
No. Thank you. I appreciate that. But no, my brain.
I'm just kidding.
You
And-
know
No, I'm
that
not.
Kai at this point is about 19 years old. He
Yeah.
left home at around 18. You know he's been described, I can't remember if it was to Tom, probably it was to Nico, as being beautiful.
Mhm.
A twink.
Or a femboy.
Twink.
Or just disguising himself.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah, I
one
mean,
more lead to look into. What was that?
Yeah.
Like
That's what John was
disguising
getting at.
himself.
Yeah.
As a femboy.
If we want to go back to the office to see if goods have gone missing or something like that.
Also, to see if anybody matches this description.
Yeah. Because I think, at least in my head, the main thing that I'm concerned about is whether that was a trap that Kai set, whether it's something that his family set to try and get rid of him, or it's something that Orn set. I think is that kind of
Yeah,
dictates how we approach the gangster office. So
agreed.
Yeah.
Hold on. I have a thing called a social stunt called objection, where another user can use my ability and focus for their next test. Can I
Beautiful.
use that?
So that means you would give your focus to somebody else? Is that what you're saying?
My ability and focus. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
yeah,
Okay. So
and
we'll
not
do that.
necessarily against
Okay.
this
If you
person.
hang on
I
to
think
that.
is
Yeah.
okay.
You might want to save something like that for a discussion with Orn.
Okay. All right, so to the Ambrosial's office again.
Yep, not hard to find because you have done deliveries for their company in the past. You know exactly where to find the regional office.
So how do we want
And-
to approach this?
Okay. So you'll probably see some workers scurrying about, carrying mag lifts of cargo back and forth to ships, loading and unloading things. There's also a small office inside as well.
Do we see the same dock worker that we spoke to earlier about the warehouse location?
Nope.
How come they aren't working on double? This is some bullshit.
Dare they?
Okay, we're at Amalfi. Ambrosia.
Malthea Ambrosials.
Amalfia. And so we're inside the office yet, or no?
No, you haven't gone in the office yet.
My concern with
Definitely.
going in the
You should
office and
find out.
asking is then the question is going to be, well, how do you know if something went missing?
I mean, you're a super strong social crew. You're not like combat folk, but you're like you're armed for
I mean, and we're
social
working
work.
for Dad.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I think it makes
Okay.
sense that we're asking questions.
Right. I think that's actually a really good point. So you could use the authority of the owner of the company as a lever to get what you want.
Yeah, that sounds like your
Depending how you play it.
jam.
That's what I did last time. Yeah.
Go
Do
for it.
you know who your father is?
Do I know who my father is?
Well, does Amalfi employee know who their father is?
Their business daddy.
Their daddy.
So I'm sure that any employee in the company would know the name of the owner of the
Yeah.
company, if that's what you mean.
Yeah.
You don't have any official.
No, I'm just
credentials.
saying, like we're working for their for their boss. So
But you're doing so like in a private capacity for hire.
not
I
yeah,
didn't know that.
right, private, but not like
It's not-
discreetly, right? It's not like a secret or anything.
Right. I mean, that I think you're probably sent to turn over whatever you need to turn over to get the son home.
Yeah.
I need to requisition these crates of expensive wine. It's important for the investigation. Into the office, then. Who wants
So
to
I
take
like
one?
the idea of like Mira
Oh.
being sort of like the battering ram,
Yeah.
and then if we need to finesse things, we can finesse.
So how many of you go inside? It's a pretty small office.
I think Ade would hang outside. Communication isn't quite her strong suit.
And I think Yessie is probably a little more prepared for a business environment than Nico, so I would probably recommend Mira and Yessie so I can stay outside and betray the group again.
That's a very good pairing, because you have Yessie's sort of belter knowledge.
And my dead-ass racistness.
And as we all know, there's little Ade likes more than hanging out with Nico.
Yeah.
Right, Ade?
We're best friends.
We're best friends.
You're not flying the plane right now, so we're fine.
Perfect.
You're not destroying the plane right now.
But you know love.
Best friends. So, in we go.
SpongeBob Squidward energy.
So when you walk in, you would see a middle-aged man, Earther, with a desk behind the desk, surrounded by, what would be the media format in which you'd store information in this universe? Would not be paper, would it? I guess there would be fancy digital equipment on which information is stored, lots of screens, because he's tracking logistics of the comings and goings of shipments. What am I missing in the chat here?
Just classic Tom shit posting.
Shit posting. Okay.
I needed a visual representation.
Got it. So Earther, middle-aged, desk, computer screens, logistics.
So before we get that far, Mira would say to Yessie, as you mentioned, I'm a battering ram. Do we lead with that, or would you like to ask some questions before I destroy them?
I'll let you do your thing.
Okay. What are we trying to get out of these people again?
So you know that Kai worked for Amalthea Ambrosial for a time.
So I was asking in character, though. I'm asking Yessie specifically, what are we trying to get out of it? Because we know, as Andy just very astutely pointed out, that he did work here. But who cares? Right. I don't. That's not where he's at.
Yeah.
What I do care about is whatever information you think we can glean out of this. You want to know what the item rate, the stuff that was missing, the packages that are in that warehouse. We want to know when that went missing, what the official situation with it is, etc. Is that what we're trying to do?
I think that there's a couple of lines of inquiry. We want to know when that went missing, who was in charge of it, or whatever data surrounds that merchandise we found, and then even more broadly, what went on here with Kai when he was here. We might have to be open. Have maybe an open approach and see what figures out.
I turn away from Yessie. I walk right outside. I walk straight up to Ade, who's probably got a tool belt or something, and there's probably a data tablet on there that's like a clipboard. I'm just gonna snatch that away from her. I'm gonna walk.
Not even asking.
Back inside. I'm gonna walk back inside, and I have the clipboard, and I'm gonna walk right up to the desk. I need to speak to management. I need to speak to management, please.
The person behind the desk says.
Immediately, I say, just like staring down daggers at this person.
That would be me. Who are you?
You're the manager? And you're sitting here so lackadaisically? I'll slam the clipboard down on the table for effect. Face down. I was sent here by the Dandalus family. I was sent here to audit your information. Your wares. We've had boxes sitting in warehouses that haven't been correctly logged for months. And you mean to tell me you're asking who I am? Look at you. Pathetic.
So I'm going to ask you to make the appropriate communications roll? Do
Oh.
you have intimidation? Do you have, like, what is it? Bullying the hell out of somebody you just
Yeah.
met?
Parroting.
Keep in mind, I'm lying. So I want to make sure you understand.
Do calm sociopath, please.
Okay, got it. It's my favorite role.
Well, I will say too, I do have the objection, so maybe you can use my perception empathy.
Well, before
or
yeah.
why don't you just hold on that
You
for a
need
second,
that?
Sapackley, because
Okay.
we've got some stunt points to deal with.
Mhm.
And so let's use those stunt
Oh,
points.
you rolled already. Oh my
first.
god.
Yeah, you did great. Got a 20.
You
So
do
you've got some stunt
understand.
points.
It's
So
my
let me tell you what
superpower.
happens. So let me show what happens. Philip, his name is. He starts to perspire. He turns red. He reaches into his jacket and pulls out a handkerchief and starts mopping his brow and his face. And he pulls open a couple of screens on his device and says, "Wait, you're an auditor for the Dardanus family?
Yes, I'm an auditor.
Missing shipments?
That's
What do you
right.
mean?"
You have several crates of merchandise that are not located in our facilities. They
Where?
are located elsewhere. Where? You tell me. And I start listing off numbers
How do you know? How do you know?
I start listing off numbers, which I
What numbers?
specifically stated that I paid attention to, and that would be the numbers on the crates from
Okay,
last
sorry.
session.
So you're gonna identify storage unit 57D. Got it.
I'm not going to identify the storage unit. I'm going to identify the crate numbers, which I specifically last session
Okay.
said I wanted to
Fine,
take into account.
fine.
The contents of the facility.
I understand.
not
Yeah.
the
So
actual
there's
facility.
there's a big pallet and it's just massive shrink wrapped stuff, and all inside of it is
And it has a number on it. It has like an
Right,
identifier. So I would have taken that into account, and I asked him, "Where is this located? Find it for me now."
And then he's going to start typing furiously on his computer, and he looks up at you like nervously. Um, um, and then he said, "Wait, this can't be right." And he's looking again, and he's typing some more.
I'm going to walk around the desk and look at what he's doing. Then I'm going to immediately grab him by his ear and pull him up out of his seat.
We're making friends.
Wow.
And I look at him.
And he says, "I don't care." He says, "I don't care if you're an auditor with Ambrosials or not. Unhand me."
Oh, I let go of him really quick. I just pull him up. I just want him out of the chair. Does he get out of the chair?
If you want to know the information you're asking for, I need to sit and look.
No. Sorry, you misunderstood. I wasn't pulling you out of your chair so we could continue to look at what you're doing at the chair. I'll refuse to physically assault you again if that's the problem, but I'll let you know that there is a threat that's greater than physical assault that we need to expedite quickly, or we're going to have problems. Not just you,
So I'm
but everybody
ask
at
you
the
to roll again, because so like think of it as a social test.
yeah.
So you've intimidated him, but then you've kind of gotten off track because
But now
that physical assault has kind of off-put this person and
let
made
me-
the person a little bit more resistant to answering your questions.
Let me make sure you understand where I'm going. I am telling him to come with me so I can show him where he went wrong. I am not using deception again. I am using leadership.
Okay.
And I did really well again. And all the stunts went to me having a better roll this time.
Okay. And regardless of that roll,
Okay.
he's going to say, "I definitely want to see that, but the first thing I need to do is to understand where in the supply chain this got mucked up.
That's great.
So just give me a minute."
The first thing
Give me a
I need
minute.
to know.
Can I
you.
intervene?
Yeah, you're here.
Yeah, so very kind of zen-like. Yessie is like kicking up the good cop engine, and she'll raise up a hand to Mira, like
I'm listening
slow
to you, but
down.
I need to step away. I could still do your thing, and I can listen
Okay.
and respond.
Okay.
Kind of like slow it down, bad cop. And if Mira will sort of like whoop for a moment. Wait, what was this guy's name? Philip.
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 I want to pause for a
Hold on.
second, though. You think about as little of him as I do. You're just not willing to admit it.
Yeah, it's called having like not being a sociopath. Okay, so
You're right.
Philip, I get that my colleague here is strong-willed and a little scary for your for your benefit and for ours. I would encourage you to go with the program and uh, and let her guide this interaction. Um, where things went wrong, you digging and trying to figure out where in the chain, like trying to troubleshoot this at this point is less important than providing all of the information to us. If Mira can sit and gather the information herself, this will go faster, and we can be out of your way.
Yeah, I'm not going to require a roll. Yessie has sort of calmed Philip down a little bit,
Okay.
and resignedly he says, "I don't think this is the fastest way to your information, but go ahead."
I'm going to pick up the clipboard and I'm going to move to the door. I'm going to gesture with my head towards the door, and then I'm going to step out once he's followed or walked out. Then on my way out, I've got hopefully Nico and Ade are just kind of standing there. I'm going to walk over to them and very stealthily put the clipboard back into Ade's tool belt and say, these two will be associating with the more technical details of the matter. Lead the way. We're heading back to 57D.
Who are you saying lead the way to?
I would look at Nico and Ade, and whichever one of
Okay.
those two wants to take the initiative.
Okay.
Ade will start heading that way.
And then we will.
Okay, so who's going to 57D?
I think all of you are, right?
You don't have to, Yessie. If you want to stick behind and mess with that computer he left open, you're welcome.
No,
to.
the door's closed.
Yeah.
I'm locked.
Oh, he locked it behind us? Okay.
He's smart.
Wait, so why are we going to 57D?
Well, what we're going to do
I
is
know.
along the pathway, I'm going to clock and see if I'm going to make sure he tells us if there's any measures of recording that would have been done during that process on the way there. And then we're going to arrive at the location, show him the pallets, and say, this is where it's located. Now, from this location, I need you to backtrack exactly how these items came to be in this warehouse. I need to know every possible avenue of how that came to be. The estimated time that this arrived was about 11 months ago, per our records and our auditing. So you need to give me every single bit of detail you can regarding that matter now. And that would be what Mira would say.
Ma'am.
Well, hold on. Sorry.
tried.
Wait, pause. I'm not role playing. I'm not role playing. I'm not role playing. I have not said that to him yet. I'm just telling the players above table. I'm sorry. I'm not there yet. I'm just telling what the plan is. If that's okay with everybody, that's the plan. If nobody else is cool with that.
So in I think like in the Expanse, in the technology of the Expanse, I think it would be a lot quicker to just fuck with the computer stuff rather than to kind of duck walk them over to 57D.
Okay, well, would he be able to know, if we tell him 57D and it's not a warehouse that's owned by us, would he be able to understand,
I don't think it's about 57D. I think it's about missing merchandise that went missing 11 months ago.
Then can we rewind a bit? Again,
yeah.
If that's the case.
I'm okay with it if Andy's okay with it.
Andy, are you okay with it? So then, when we go outside, I would say, and point off in that direction and say, those warehouses, those aren't owned by us, right?
Correct.
We're going to go back in and deal with, your research, but I want to make sure you understand what I want. 57D, that warehouse over there, that's where they took the materials. That's where the materials are located. Before we get those materials back where they need to go, I need you to do whatever you can with the security devices available here and the personnel that are available here and would have been here around 11 months ago to bring up the information I require.
Sure. And just sort of above the table, if I remember correctly, last session, someone asked if there were cameras near that storage unit,
There
and I
weren't.
said no.
Right.
Right. Okay.
But they had to have been moved off of this facility. And so I'm kind of hoping that there was something at point of origin. So I will say that that's what we role play, and we'll go back in there before he locks up, and we'll do it with the
Sure.
computers.
Okay. So back inside, again, he is nervously typing on the screen. He said before, this doesn't make any sense. Um, um, he's looking at, he's like, I can't find that pallet number that you gave me. And then he said, wait a second. And he's typing some more. And he says, so I see no record of the pallet number here on Ganymede, but I do see that shipment leaving Tycho Station. You're muted,
Yeah,
Jim.
I know. So it was on Tycho Station. It was set to arrive here, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. So it did arrive
So
here, and it didn't get
so
checked in.
so wait a second. And then I just need to do something else. And he looks and he says, okay. So I've used the highest administrative access that I have. It seems as if some records have been erased around that time.
Do we know the user
So,
that did it?
I mean, there are a number of employees that work for us. And then he could go back, hold on a second, and then he's going to get a list of employees that worked there at the time. And he's going to flip it over to you. And when you look at it, you see that Kai's name is on the list.
All right. So that does satisfy our suspicions. The shipment is still fully packaged and does not look like it has been damaged, at least for that skiff number. There might be some that are missing. It is our understanding that someone might have been selling merchandise out from underneath the corporation illegally and illicitly. We are currently in the process of figuring out who that was. What I would advise moving forward is better security cameras, and also, please, if you can, get as much security information as you can, backlogged whoever you need to pull to do it for that specific time period, about 11 months ago, regarding this shipment and where it might have come in and how it might have been removed from here. If you have that information, flip it to me.
One more time, say it. I'm sorry.
So yeah, I was wondering, can we ask or can they pull up any information about people using like the mechs or forklifts around that time to see if we can cross-reference those two lists?
I mean, we don't keep track of mech or forklift
I kind of
use.
figured that might be the case.
Yeah, but
What if they're taking up property?
just a second. What if they've taken out property?
What if the forklifts or mechs are taken off of the property?
Oh, we generally don't do that unless they need heavy duty repair. We could repair some of them here, but sometimes it needs to go elsewhere.
No, I'm asking if a forklift or mech of ours is taken off of the premises that we utilize, is there anything that would track it, or is it pretty much just whoever has it can do whatever they want, go for a joyride?
Yeah, so it's not like we keep these devices out in the open. They are locked up in a large pen, as you can see outside. So it would have to be someone who had access to that pen, which would again be myself and the employees on this list at the time.
Fair enough. And how many other
A lot.
employees besides Kai are on here? I assume they're all dead
Let's
ends.
say there are 5. Yeah. Right.
Right.
So this is kind of meta, a little bit meta, but I'm going to just say it. So, Andy, like from your tone or from like what I'm hearing, it's like the most important name on that list is Kai. We're also looking for a woman with her hair up in her 30s that's a belter. Is that, am I, like, is there, like,
Yeah.
are any of those other names have
So,
any
so let's
importance
just
to them?
say, without actually like going through the whole process, that Philip is able to pull up information about each of the other employees, including their photo and like
Employee
badge
profile.
information, and none of them meet the description of the woman who you described at Kovacs. Okay.
Got it.
Can I? So I'm just going to give this to you as a freebie because I think you would probably know that you haven't actually asked about Kai himself.
Oh, yeah, I don't terribly care about him personally, so
I do. So that was part of my objective going in is to once Mira is done battering ramming, then I would again boot up the good cop engine. All right, your employers could be really grateful that you helped us this way. I know it's not an easy job. Dealing with Mira, it's not an easy job. But she's
Get a
good
little
people.
smile out of Philip. Yeah.
So Kai,
Yeah.
we're worried that he might be wrapped up in all this. But I know he hasn't been around in a while. What can you tell me about his time here?
Kai was a good worker when he was here. He just disappeared pretty suddenly after about a month of working here. And I felt a little responsible for him. But didn't really know what happened after that.
The family didn't hold you accountable for him running off?
They did not. They did not.
Why did you feel accountable?
Well, I mean, the Dardanus family owns this corporation, and they're my boss. I, you know, I wanted to make sure for example, I was extra careful when watching when Kai was using the equipment. But thinking back on it now, Kai had access to shipping logistics information just like all the other employees did. He technically had the ability to swap things around or erase items from manifests to make them technically disappear. And with an operation as long as Amalthea, as big as Amalthea's, it might take a long time to figure out that something's missing.
Did anyone make friends with him while he worked here?
I was kind of a loner. But, for all that, though, he was very friendly with people in general. I think he has this way of just sort of finding the thing in you so that he could befriend you. Sort of one of his abilities.
And you didn't have any suspicions that he was stealing?
No, I just had a sense that he was troubled. Why would he want to get away at such a young age from his wealthy and powerful family? He says, I would kill to be a part of that family.
did you? Oh, sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I was thinking it.
Uh, what do you mean? How would killing Kai get me to be a part of that family? That's ridiculous.
You said it, not us.
Okay, that was just, a turn of phrase, perhaps not an apt one, but
You Earthers never understand
Wow.
me.
do you have any other questions for me?
No.
Well, I hope I've been helpful to you. I want to help in any way, of course, to find Kai and hope that he's okay. And good luck to you.
To you as well. We would like for you to go and recover the items in question. If there are any that are missing, please make sure that you flip the details regarding the missing items to us outside of that warehouse so we can pursue it further. Also, if any video footage or if anything of interest comes up regarding the time in the 11 months ago, immediately, as soon as you can, send it to me. And I appreciate you for your willingness to help us in this very important matter.
Okay. He nods.
I'll give him a cute little like pinch of the ear, and then I'm out of there.
He would pull back before you did that.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Unexpectedly.
The fear was the hope. I was hopeful that there would have been something lingering there.
Wow.
Surely.
He's going to need therapy after that.
Again, yeah.
Therapy.
Well,
Oh
Okay, so you've been to both
muted.
Kovacs and you've been to the Mount the Ambrosial's regional office.
It sounds like it's most likely that Kai did squirrel some stuff away for getting away or emergencies or whatever else. I don't necessarily know what that means for the trigger. That could be them, it could be somebody else trying to get rid of them. But yeah, I think at this point it is pretty much going to Oren's office and
Yeah,
Okay,
I just
sorry.
had a similar thought. So someone knew he was there. Someone with a ponytail knew that he was there. Set the trap.
Who was?
The trap
Oh.
was for Kai. The trap wasn't set by Kai.
Yeah.
That is, there are kind of two options, whether it was him doing it as a safeguard so nobody could take the stuff, or somebody trying to kill him. Yes.
Trying to kill him.
And I thought, who would hate a twink so much as to try to murder them?
Don't try to put
way?
this on Mira. And she very quickly pulls her hair out of. No, she's not wearing a
ponytail.
She's not wearing a ponytail. No. She's got a lot of hair.
Wow. Mira, bigoted.
Coiffed hair. I would imagine she has like a blunt cut of some
No.
sort.
Yeah.
It's curly as hell. It's like it's like Uhura from like her Nichelle Nichols from her like Silver Fox era. See if I can find a picture. But yeah,
Mira, bigoted against Belters, bigoted against Twinks. The list goes on.
Murderer.
Okay.
It was me.
So
Mystery solved. Good game, everybody.
So who would hate a twink so much? And the only answer to that is the woman whose man was stolen by the twink. If Orn has an ex, I bet that's the murderer.
That's okay. And what we need. Okay, what we need. We need a picture of the hair tie girl. Show it to Elise. If she recognizes her, that's a pretty solid connect.
The problem is we don't have a picture, we just have the vaguest of descriptions.
Yeah.
Okay. But,
so
I do assume Jijo is shopping this for like a Bravo movie or something like that, a Lifetime Bravo crossover.
And he's the one running it.
Well, no, it would be a Lifetime Bravo sci-fi crossover.
As long as if we do run this long enough, there can be a point where Mira is like, And the captain was Santa.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I need. And then it'll be the best game we've ever played.
Oh my god.
So how do we want to approach Orn's office?
Directly through the front door. We should not play any. We should just go in.
I guess my question: what are we doing once we go in through that front door?
I'm not
As we
talking.
approach
You're not gonna grab him by the ear? Okay.
No. We do that.
Only picks on.
We do that. We do that to the people who are employed underneath us. Okay. We only exhibit violence against the lay people. This person seems like they're a manager type, so we should probably play ball.
Don't you want to
with
speak to
them.
the manager? Oh,
Yeah, I do want to speak to the manager, but do you remember I didn't grab the ear of the manager
That's
at
true.
the Pinkerton facility. I did grab the
That's
ear
right.
of the guy who works beneath my employer.
That's right. Once the manager shows up, you're polite. I understand. Yeah.
But I
Right.
think that you raise a good point, though. Like, what is your goal in talking to Akilo?
Yeah, so any leads that he has on where Kai might be, and make sure that he understands too that someone is trying to kill Kai. And
Yeah, okay.
we do not need to give details on that.
I do remember when we were talking about it last week. Part of the reason we were chasing down the trigger and some of this other stuff to see whether Orin was trying to kill Kai because they were spurned, or whether we could leverage the fact that we wanted to find Kai to potentially bring them back together, as far as Orin knows, even though I suspect that would absolutely not be the case.
Yeah. So,
Well, yeah, I think.
Go ahead.
So, well, I think like stage one is to like see who's here at this office. Is there a ponytail lady? One. What is and then what is Orn's attitude about a missing Kai? And then stage two is like seeing if we can get information out of Orn.
Yep. All right. Sounds like you can take point. You'll be great with gangsters, right?
Yeah.
Well, Orn is Belcher, right?
Yeah.
I guess we're not sure, but I think so.
Andy?
Yes.
Okay. If he's a Belcher and, maybe he has OPA ties, we don't know. Oh, hey, I do have, wait, I have a thing. I have encrypted OPA adjacent channels and a memorized OPA contact list. Could I use those two, like, items to figure out if Orn is either involved with OPA or OPA friendly
Sure.
before we even meet him?
So you have to ask around, right?
Yeah, it's on my handheld
Sure.
thing. I asked around.
Okay. Do you make a roll?
I've got communication, bargaining, persuasion, leadership. I've got intelligence, politics, and perception, empathy. Does any of that seem good? I mean, maybe politics, if it's to
Yeah. Why don't you
suss
do
out his
politics?
political.
That makes
Yeah.
the most sense to me. Yeah.
Okay, his
I
like
always use your sheet.
political. It's a 9.
So my target number was 11. So you could easily spend fortune points if you want to make that roll.
Yeah, let's do it.
So just keep a track of those fortune points that you're using for.
Okay, I'll spend
these
2.
rolls. I know that Liz has spent a bunch already because she was doing the most critical stuff.
Stays with everybody's
Yes.
life.
Not
Oh, yeah.
that much.
I haven't rolled under an 18.
Well, look at Fancy Pants Vera.
So what you learn, Yessi, is that Aquino and his gang is part of sort of an underground network of gangs that operate off of Ganymede. They might interface with the OPA on rare occasions when goods that one party has the other might want, so they barter or pay money to each other for those kinds of things, but it's not an intimate relationship. Does that make sense? It's a purely business relationship.
Got it. So he's not, he's not like a part of the movement or whatever.
Right, and you'd actually
Yeah.
learn additionally that like whenever the OPA has to have interactions with some of the gang sort of people on the station, it's kind of with holding their nose and doing so.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think this was a social interaction or a stunt?
It was a social interaction.
Okay. I have two stunt points here.
Okay. You have to use them now or lose them.
Could I second test before anyone can respond? What does that mean?
So if you want to do another kind of test to get additional information from the party that you're reading,
Mhm.
right? You can do it before you get any response. So basically you could ask for more information that you originally asked for.
Okay.
Right? So a different kind of information that you'd want in addition to what you got.
Okay. I want to make another test. I want to sort of investigate like to determine amongst my my allies and my network if his gang has any kind of uh, any clockable like vulnerabilities or anything that's known about them that could give us some kind of leverage in interacting with him.
Okay. So you send that off and pretty quickly you get back a pretty terse response that says, no, don't cross him.
Okay, so don't even have to roll.
Right.
Well, that is sounding like the we could help you find Kai might be the best route to go as opposed to trying to pull leverage.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Especially since he seems like he's not one to fuck with.
Andy, you kind of like stole my opportunity to roll. Can I ask another question and roll?
Yes, go ahead.
Is there anything known in the community about his relationships? About
Whose relationships?
Orn's.
Oh, wait, so this is specifically in the OPA community.
Yeah, I mean, there's
You're asking OPA contacts.
yes.
Okay.
What do you want me to roll?
What do you think is appropriate?
It could be I mean, it could be politics since I'm navigating a political network. It could be just a flat communication with no bonuses. That's really the only thing that I can think.
Right. Yeah, give me a flat communication roll.
Okay, I also have leadership. So as a OPA leader, I dig or I can
Fine.
pressure.
Yeah, you use that as a
How about
focus.
that?
You get a +2 to your roll. That's fine.
18.
Yeah, that's well enough. And so the original question was, what about Orn's relationship with whom?
Well, or does he have any meaningful relationships, like girlfriends, boyfriends?
Yeah, your OPA contacts would not have that kind of information. Orn, what they will tell you is Orn is private. It's a private person.
Okay. That's it.
Yep. So Nico, I'm not going to ask you to roll because I don't think it's a big deal, but with your sort of Belter knowledge and your familiarity with stations like Ganymede, and with a little bit of a nudge that Elise gave you back during your alleyway conversation, you know that you would be able to find his office near Lacage. Makes sense. Back of a hole between commercial and residential. You find it maybe within 15 minutes.
Okay. Does it look like there are people guarding it or anybody just kind of lingering around it to kind of get an idea of whether we're going to be instantly surrounded or what we're kind of...
There are 2 guards in front of the door. They look like, from your kind of Belter knowledge and definitely from Yesie's, they look like, typical thugs, you know. You clock that they know, they seem to know what they're doing. They stand confidently. Nico would probably spot that they have firearms. And when you come around to their area, there's not a long hallway. They're going to see you when you see them. So there's no element of surprise here.
I mean, if we just walk up and tell them we need to see their boss, I suppose it
I can do that. You want me to do that?
could be fine.
Do we want
Tom
me
seems
to...
worried. Tom's worried.
Do you even have a gun, Mira? What?
Yeah, and I'll flash it, even if we're inside of the people with guns.
It's a teeny little thing.
Look, it's a gun, okay? They didn't ask size, okay? I mean, when people ask you if you have something and you've got it, you don't squabble over the
I
metric.
think we can make
Okay.
it work without resorting to guns.
All right. I guess I will take point and see how quickly I can get us all shot. So I will approach. I will try to make my approach as non-threatening as possible, kind of understanding how people might, in these kind of alleys and stuff, there's probably a certain...
So like the appropriate Belter
Yeah.
patois to do in this kind of situation. You're not being super over friendly because that would be awkward. You're not being confrontational. Okay, right? Is that fair?
Just I think the approach, because they did Giro did find out that Orin is very private, is that we have some information that Orin might be very interested in, but it needs to be discussed in private.
They both eye you up and down. You see their hands go immediately to their holsters at the
I
ready.
do not make any movements in reaction.
Yeah, these are big people too. They tower over both of you, over all of you, especially Mira. Was Mira tall?
Mira's
Mira is tall.
Yeah, Mira's tall, and she's got the hair.
Sorry. In the text as written, Mira is quite short, but also very, very impressive.
I thought tall was more impressive for the boss lady.
So Ade short?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, she's technically average height, but
they're going to. So one of the guards is going to say, and you are?
My name's Nico. I've been around here a bunch, but I think the thing that's more important is the name that I have for your boss. But he may only want to hear it himself. Look, I get it. I know that. I get it. You guys aren't supposed to let people through, but I think if we do talk to him later and he finds out what we came to talk to him about and that we didn't get let through, he's probably going to be pretty upset about it.
Could you make a perception?
I have seeing.
Yeah, I don't know if that's exactly this. Like that might be more like your pilot's ability
Mhm.
to visually catch
Yeah.
details. Okay, no, sure. Go ahead, use it. Go ahead. Beautiful. So you have 3
15.
stun points that you could use if you want to.
I don't have
Um,
stop points because it wasn't doubles, I think, but it wasn't.
oh, I'm
15.
sorry. Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't roll down. Sorry. Yeah,
That's
15
okay.
is plenty.
Yeah.
And so what you notice in that roll is that sort of skeptical of who you all are. You seem like a kind of a ragtag group. He doesn't track what you're about. And so the sense is maybe he needs a little bit more information.
Again, I get it. There's supposed to be guards out here. Have you heard your boss asking about any K names? I'm assuming Kai
And then,
starts with A.
and then they look at each other. And then they look at each other again, like looks a little confused. And one of them steps out and goes to the door, knocks, and then enters. The other one sort of sidles now more directly in front of you all, hand still on the holster. A few moments later, first one exits the door. They open the door and they say, "I need your firearms now." And they'll pat you down and they'll remove Nico's gun, Nico's pistol, and Mira's pistol. They don't bother with Ade's wrench. I don't know if Yessie is carrying a weapon or not. Is she?
Yessie is has a hidden knife, a concealed
Yeah,
knife.
that's that will be taken. So the 2 pistols and the knife will be taken
How do they know that I have a
because you're
concealed
patted
knife?
down. You're patted down. These are not not amateurs.
Okay.
So they're going to open the door and motion for you to follow. You walk inside and they come behind you and close the door. They're standing at attention at the door. So in front of you is a desk, a terminal, and a large man. So Akilo is a big man with thinning hair. He wears a business suit and is immaculately dressed. He tenses his hands on the desk. He sits behind expectantly. The guards stand inside the room, behind the crew. He does not offer a seat.
I will step forward slightly, not like approach, but just to like initiate the conversation. I assume your men passed on that we may have some information or can collaborate about a certain K name. I just wasn't sure if I assume it's okay to speak about that in front of them.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Before that, though, I think introductions are in order. Who are you all?
Well, my name is Nico. And these are my friends, and they can introduce themselves, of course.
So before you get a
Ade.
chance to do that, he puts his hand out to shake.
Yeah.
Yep. So he extends his meaty hand that has massive rings on it.
Mhm.
The hand envelops yours, Nico, and you can feel strength being held back.
Mhm.
He withdraws it. And so Ade, and I assume the rest of you introduce yourselves by name.
I'm kind of assuming that John is going to give a fake name. He seemed disappointed when I gave my actual name, so that's why.
Okay.
No, yeah, actually, I'll play a different tack. I am going to give my name, but I'm going to try to make sure it would be potentially a name that these gangers might know. So I'm basically trying to lean into my history, and and
Secret history.
kind of denote that
Mm.
I'm somebody important. But I, after that, will remain very quiet and just present. Almost as if somebody who was kind of dealing with the UN and kind of like, you know, diplomatic kind of understandings therein would know that I'm a credentialed individual. And I'm assuming gangs play very fast and loose, but gangs of this size, especially conglomerates of gangs, would know who the movers and shakers in the political world are because they're probably driving them.
Yeah. So, Mira, why don't you give me an empathy roll?
Yeah, sure.
Perception, empathy.
Just because I've
Perception, empathy.
played it so far doesn't mean I'm not good at it.
Excellent. Excellent. Right. Well, you're able to read other people pretty well, right?
Mhm.
Apparently so. Damn.
So you did great. You have some stun points, but before you worry about using them, what you can tell is that he is a pretty savvy individual in the kind of business that he's in. He has to read people all the time, potential threats and whatnot. He automatically tracks you as an earther, and by your use of language and whatever your affects, someone in a position of power, or used to be in a position of power, or someone accustomed to feel like they're in power.
Yeah, so
Right.
the stunts, I mean, I got 5 points. Hidden message is one of them. I'm relaying that I'm a person that isn't somebody who's just here willy-nilly, and killing us is probably a bad idea. But I'm also kind of relaying too that I am letting them drive. And then with the next points, it's just going to be +1 per SP, so 3 to my next social test against
Mhm.
Orin.
Okay,
And
excellent, excellent. Okay, so he says, interesting group of people to have information about Kai. Um, what do you know, and how did you get it?
There are apparently a lot of people that are very interested in knowing where he is, and seems as if you are one of them. And within a day or so of being here, we've been able to find the information about you and him, and a warehouse that he might have had, and some logins that he used. And I'll be frank with you, we have a few trails, but the gist of it is that it seems as though Kai is in danger. And from what I've also gathered, that's not something that you would be interested in letting happen.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, so the more I would say all of you would probably notice this. You're all perceptive people. When Nico mentioned know about you and Kai, he stiffens for a moment. Um, and then when you mention that Kai might be in danger, you see like a twitch in his eye. Um, okay. Um,
Like an annoyed twitch, or
no, more like a nervous or worried one.
okay.
so
I don't think it's difficult to piece together that Orin had some feelings for Kai. You don't exactly know what the deal is with all that.
Right.
but the impression is very much that he wasn't trying to blow Kai up. I assume is that kind of the vibe, or worried that we know that he's in danger.
Right. I think that I'm going to ask one of you to do a social roll to see if you could determine that for sure.
I'd love to do that.
Yeah, you're very good at
So
this.
you can
Go
add
for it.
those points to it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it would be one of your it would be an empathy roll.
Okay. Yeah, if that's the one we want. Empathy's under perception, though. Do we want?
No,
Oh,
actually, yeah, no. We're trying. You're trying to suss out something about what Akilo's doing or acting right now.
can persuasion through communication be better, or I'll go with
Well,
empathy. If that's
you're not talking with
okay.
him. You're observing him.
Got it.
Thanks.
It's my first roll under an 18, folks.
You got it
Well,
though.
it's still
That's
technically a
plenty.
19 because of the 3 points. So
Oh,
Yeah, you killed it. You killed it,
Yeah.
right? And so what you're able to learn is that this man who you have kind of figured out is kind of private, had strong feelings for Kai. They're probably complicated feelings, but you definitely get the sense that he wouldn't want to hurt Kai.
Right.
In fact, might even be scared for Kai's safety.
So again, I'm not here to cause a bunch of trouble or dig into things too much, but I personally also don't care so much about who's looking for Kai as much as what Kai wants to do. But if we can't find him, that's not really going to be a choice that anybody gets. So I was
Yep.
hoping.
I'm going to ask you to make a communication roll. Nico, where
Yeah.
is your thingy here?
I
And let's see
don't.
what kind of roll we're going to get.
I'm not sure the carousing is necessarily the right fit unless I'm
No,
leaning
it
on a lot
wouldn't
of
be.
underground kind of. But
Right. So this is a situation where using communication focus is going to help the group. But since you're the one that's talking
Yeah.
to him right now, you're going to
Yeah.
roll straight calm.
John, I never got okay. Andy, I never got a chance to allow someone to use my
Great. Do you want to do that now?
yeah.
What's the bonus?
So you roll with my communication and what, persuasion?
Yeah.
Or no? That's a +5 then. 3
No,
for
it's not. I'm sorry.
communication.
It's not. It's this is hold on a second, Nico. You know what? Actually, I'm going to yeah, it's a calm roll, straight calm roll. So we could replace yours. So why don't you go ahead and roll, Sapakli, and this will be a roll for Tom.
So there's no skill. It's just communication.
Well, wait a second. Let me look at your sheet just to make sure. Yes, see. I will. Let's give an empathy. Let's give no, that's
No,
not
but empathy is perception.
Communication. Sorry, persuasion.
Persuasion.
Okay. So I just have a +5, so he would just add a +5 to his roll.
Well,
so just add
Okay.
3 more, so it'd be a 16.
Yeah, if
Yep.
you just because he uses her roll, not she rolls for him. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. So Kai acknowledges. Yeah. I'm sorry. Akilo acknowledges that Kai is gone. And says that we had a thing for a time. Then he sort of thinks to himself, I wonder if it's Moneta.
Minetta.
Yes, I wonder if it's Moneta, and I'm just going to type the name here.
Huh. What does she look like?
Hold on a second. Did that spell it right? One T.
Not familiar with that name, am I? Above the table?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah. That's a new name to me and to us, but we have some unnamed people that we're trying to identify. What does that person look like?
And then he sort of pauses for a second, and he says, "What else can you tell me?"
Kai had a stockpile for emergencies, I think. And I'm pretty sure that somebody else knew and was trying to kill him when he picked it up. It almost killed most of us. And there's an unknown person that seemed to have trapped that location. So could that be this Moneta?
Is she around 30?
So Orn looks puzzled at what Nico has said. And then responds directly to Ade and says, "No, older. I'm going to ask you to make. I'm going to ask one in the group to make a communication roll. So you're doing another one of those things where you're basically trying to mechanically move someone from standoffish to neutral to open to friendly, and at this point you're about to be at open.
Yeah. I will defer to probably either Yese or
Yessie would say, it's a hard world out here for most of us, and from what we've learned about Kai, he was not what he was. Scratch that. That's not in character.
Is?
Sorry. He is. He's a good and decent person, and we just want to know who would wish him ill. That's kind of the most important thing now for us, is to know who would do this to him,
So make
or
a
who
roll.
would try.
Make a communication roll.
Can I do persuasion?
Yes, you may.
18.
Guys are rolling hot. Yeah. So before he responds, he says, "Who do you work for? Who's asking you to do this?"
I'll jump in and I'll step forward. Our employer is his father. And I will look at him in a very serious, fashion. I'll let the kind of air breathe a moment. Does he immediately reply, or does he let me have a window to kind of just let him kind of take that in for a second?
You can see that he's processing that, so he's silent for the moment.
And after about a nice 20-second pause, Mira will continue and say, "Who we're not terribly fond of."
Mm-hmm. Oh, interesting. I like that. Okay. So, Mira, can you make a perception roll?
Empathy again?
Empathy,
Yeah.
please. And then I'll answer your question in a moment, Spackley. Yeah, great. You did fine. Okay.
Hidden meaning, again, throwing another hidden message through there. We're willing to let him go as long as we're able to acknowledge he is safe, and we can make sure that his father is able to track him again.
Cool. That's an awful lot to convey in a hidden message.
Basically,
but okay.
basically, we're just looking for him.
I get you, though.
Yeah.
I get you. So one more time, very quickly, Spackley, can you remind me of your question?
Who would want to hurt him? Your ex-girlfriend, in parentheses. Hidden message, but not hidden message. Sorry.
Do you say ex-girlfriend?
No, I said who would want. Okay, I say who would want to hurt him, and then in my eyes,
yeah.
In the reflection of my eyes, you see ex and girlfriend.
And
Question mark.
Shade fan comes out.
Yeah. So you're succeeding on these social tests, and you've got him now to open. And
okay, you know what? Wait. You know what? I'll say who would want to hurt him. Maybe
great.
An ex of yours.
Lean into it. Lean into the fucking mess. That's it.
Yeah.
Hell
at
yeah.
That you could see him softening a little bit, and he says, "An ex? No." Catch that? An ex? No. And then
your wife.
I'm not married.
Your girlfriend.
I'm guessing the impression is that it was only Kai.
He starts to rub his forehead a little bit, you're just not getting this. Anyway, he's going to answer some of the questions. He's going to tell you a couple things. He is going to say that he believes that Moneta, a rival gang member, and her crew have taken Kai against his will. He says that his people have seen her people active in the lower tunnels, and he's not happy about this at all. They haven't. He's not happy about this at all. And John, you were giving info about how you would handle your assignment, which is to bring Kai back safely to the Dardanus family. And you're saying you're willing to betray them.
No. I'm not saying it. I'm conveying a hidden message.
You're conveying it, right. And so, but you were able to convey that hidden message, right?
Yeah, but I want to make sure you understand. I may not be honest, as has been the case throughout the entirety of this entire series. So he will believe that that's the case because I rolled exceptionally well, but it may not be true.
He will believe that you think that. Yes. But what he's going to then turn to you and say, the Dardanus family would make powerful allies.
Yeah. And I don't know what it means out of character. I don't know.
Wait.
Trying to read whether that means...
Does he mean allies to him?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm...
That's what I was getting.
Oh,
maybe I said this in the wrong way.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's.
You know that Orin is a tough-minded businessman.
Okay.
He is an underworld figure, and having access to powerful political people, legitimate business people, could help him out.
So he doesn't really like Kai. He was using Kai.
You don't know.
No. What the message that, like, the dot that's being connected here is he's willing to betray Kai.
Got it.
Connected.
Oh, no. Hell yeah. Okay. So we're on board there, sort of.
We're on board there.
Sort of, because we do hate Daddy. We do. That's true. But remember, we do like job being completed correctly.
So we get more job.
Can I put something on above table?
Yeah.
So, as an okay, I think Yessie is a little bit of an SJW.
Yeah.
A what?
An SJW.
A social justice warrior.
Oh, I see. Yes.
I don't think Yessie. I think that if Yessie ever sees an opportunity to
Woke's cold.
No, that's me. That's me. The player.
Sorry.
Yessie will try to. I think. Okay. I think Nico knows this for a fact. I think Liz, your character's name is
Ade.
Ade. I think Ade would probably suspect this, and I really don't know what Mira would know or not know about Yessie at this point. But
everything. Just assume everything.
So you would know that if I could find a way to help Kai, like, fake his death and disappear.
Sure.
Like, that's what I want to do. Like, yeah, I'm pretty transparent between the four of us.
No, I get it. Yeah, I think with my empathy rolls, there's no way you could hide that fact from me. So, based solely on that, the acknowledgement of Orn in that moment for her is more of a situation where she can use that as leverage.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
Mira's current position is the captain is the captain, the job is the job, the gangster is the gangster. All are tools to just give me results.
The twink is the twink.
The twink is the twink. If we have to fake space the twink so we can get the gangster possible in or possible demise due to Daddy, then great, whatever. Totally on board. So
let me just complicate things just a teeny little bit remind you that you all saw pretty clearly, or at least some of you, that it seems like Orn has genuine feelings for Kai.
Yeah, sure. Doesn't
He
matter.
seemed genuinely, well, hold on, genuinely concerned that Kai was taken and he might be in danger.
I think
But hold on, let me finish if you don't mind. Is that just because? How do you reconcile that? I'll say with your sense, Mira, especially that Orn might want to capitalize on the Dordanis family name.
Sure. So I'm not even.
I'm not going to ask you to answer me.
No,
but that's
no.
for you to discuss.
In the moment, it's kind of like a dead ass, just kind of like look. And you guys have seen Mira like appear angry, but there is a moment here in this second. If you have empathy at all in your tiny little, especially Belter souls, you are basically looking at Mira, and this is the most scary she's appeared. Like her face is dead ass. I could kill you. I could kill you, and I want to kill you. But she says
To Orn?
to Orn, and she will say, "Tell us what you know about the people that took Kai. We need to know as much as we can. We're going to try and recover him."
I'm going to ask for another roll. I need a communication roll. So this time I'm going to need persuasion.
I'm taking charge in this, though. I kind of feel like I want to kind of take charge of the situation and make him feel like a
leadership. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's the same bonus, but yeah. Yeah, that's successful. Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of want him like, and just so we understand, like I want him to play into, I am the person who these people are following, even though that's not true, and we all know that everybody is a boss compared to Mira. But she is now basically like the game is over, and I want all of the details now, and so that's where we're at.
Okay.
I want to.
Go ahead.
I just want to, so I can follow this next part correctly. When they said the lower city, is that where we heard the Pink Waters were doing a ton of stuff?
The Pink Waters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was
that's where he said the gang was.
The lower docks.
Okay, so these are two separate places.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to clarify.
The lower
okay.
levels. Yeah,
I was just trying to suss out whether they had been directed to.
Liz, I wanted to give you a chance to ask questions and give you some spotlight time if you want.
I think everyone's really.
This isn't mechanical.
Yeah.
I just wanted to give you a chance. That's all.
Yeah. No, everyone else has been asking the questions.
Sure. And so,
sorry. Quick add-on, Tom. Thank you for asking that question because I was under the false understanding that was, and I was like, I'm just going to go back to the Pink Waters, and I'm going to be able to do this without an issue.
Right. So you would know that it
not the same.
Nico, especially it's a separate place. Yeah. So it's the much seedier place at the bottom that people generally avoid. Okay. So before answering your question, Mira, Akilo says, "Tell me again about this shipment that you found. What was in it? What?"
There were goods from his parents' company.
Sounds valuable.
Quite.
Yeah.
He
just talked to them.
Mm-hmm.
So they're now aware that
you let us know where it is. That would be very useful to have.
Issue is they've already been put back into stock.
Yeah.
He looks disappointed. That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. Had we had sent you to get them, they probably would have noted it, though, because for us to get information on the person who tried to kill Kai, we had to set off the trap that they had laid for him.
Wait, someone tried to kill Kai, you're saying?
That's what's been said a couple of times thus far. Yes.
Yeah, we just... Are you... But... Yes.
I'll look at him again and I'll say, woman, in her 30s, mid-30s, ponytail. Maybe she's not in her mid-30s. Maybe she just looks really good for her age. And I kind of do one of these. It's possible. So this individual, this I wrote the name down. I wrote the name down. Where is the name? Hold on. This Moneta.
Not her. Could be maybe it's one of her crew.
Could be
I
one
don't
of
know.
her crew. Okay. Well,
I have a question over the table. Ganymede is or Ganymede is
Ganymede.
that was one of the cutest things you've ever done, by the way. The way you pronounced it. I'm sorry.
Ganymede? I think that's like the original Greek. Anyway,
Nice. Okay.
it's
So cute.
what? Why?
Shut up, okay? I can say you're cute. It's fine.
Okay. Anyway,
Stop being so homophobic. It's Pride Month.
no, Ganymedes. So it is a. What are you? Why is that funny? Okay, thank you.
What were you gonna say though?
It's moon, right?
Yeah.
And we're on the moon. Like the station is on the moon.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there should be some sort of image of it on the splash page, the front page. Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. So but the text of the adventure is called the Cupbearer,
shit,
but I like the name Wayward Sun better, so I renamed it. But yes, this is Ganymede Station, a rendering of it.
Okay.
Okay. So Warren says, okay. So I know that Moneta's crew, their base is a sublevel 9, section R. I had been waiting to sort of figure out the best time to move, but I'm not going to wait any longer. If you're going, my men and I are going with you. Non-negotiable.
We have our guns
Right.
back?
Sure. On your way out. And he flips something over to Mira, which is basically that information about the location, and he gives a time when to meet up here. Says just take care of anything you need to take care of, and meet back here in 3 hours.
Real quick, just so I understand the exact organization of this collaboration. Your individual's team lead, or are you going yourself?
Oh, I'm going.
So you're the boss.
And these two, we're going.
So you're the boss. Fine.
I'm the boss.
We'll play.
Listen, you could lead this mission if you want to. You seem to have a lot of information, but we're going.
No, that's fine. We'll allow you to take the lead. I'm sure that you'll have words for your counterpart. Our endeavor is simply one of acquisition. We are not individuals who are capable in meting out violence. And just based on what we've been able to learn about you, you are very capable of meting out.
I mean, he looks you up and down, and he says, like your group up and down, he says, obviously. No, what I need you to do, I mean, Moneta and I we're rivals. There's been violence between us. I can't just go straight at her like that. That's where you can come in. You create a great diversion or entry point for us.
I'm so good at that.
Use your talkie skills to get us going in there.
Yeah,
and
you're
then
right.
We're going to be.
I do like that, and I think Nico, you are definitely the guy for the job.
Yeah. Do they run a bar?
I'll act
Like
as Captain. I'll act as the liaison for our team to Mr. Aquilo. That way, I am capable of making sure that they are in the right place at the right time for what they need to do.
Yessy's panic is like climbing. So
How Mira became the captain of the.
I do not want bloodshed between Belters if it can be helped. We have to shoulder enough humiliation and cruelty from the powers that be, the president company excluded, but the powerful elites from down the well. So let us negotiate. We can do this without anybody getting hurt. The most important priority here is that Kai, who's just a kid, is able to get out of this without being hurt.
He puts his big hand on your shoulder and gives it what he thinks is a gentle squeeze, but it's actually a little bit harder squeeze than that. But he says, listen, we're no dummies. Why risk our necks when we don't have to? If we can talk it out, great. All I'm saying is we're here for that in case it becomes a problem.
We're here. We're queer. I know.
And I
Absolutely.
am going to
But I'm
be.
just saying I must get to speak with Kai.
Of course.
And I am going to be right here with you to make sure that once they've got it settled, we're able to get you right where you need to be to get what you need done. And I'm going to look at the captain, and there's kind of a knowing look. Like, I will explain what I mean by this later.
Okay.
Thumbs
So
up.
anyone need a 5-minute bio break before we reconvene?
Sure.
Okay. Well, let's convene like just 2 minutes after 9.
And then get murdered.
Yay!
See you back in a
Wait.
bit.
Okay, and we're back after a quick break. And so the group has decided after speaking, well, I guess they were pressed into having Akilos and his gang come with him as they go to try to find Manetta's gang. And they're going to rendezvous in a couple of hours back at Orn's office. So what do you do in the meantime?
Mm-mm. Hold on. Before we separate from the crew, um, I want to, on our way out, I get like in my mind, what I'm seeing is that we're getting escorted out of the building, um, by the thugs, right?
No, they're gonna give you back your weapons and let you go. I mean, at this point, you have you have achieved like friendly status with
No,
the
but my
Kilo.
question is that do I have a moment with the thugs apart from um, the
I would
boss?
say yes, because he's going to stay in the office and they're going to resume their posts outside the office.
Okay, so I want to kind of, investigate a little bit and be like, oye, Baratna, what have you seen? What is your take on the relationship? Is this Kai kid just taking advantage of the boss, or what's the story?
Um, so I'm not going to even have you roll because what you'll learn immediately from their reaction is they're just gonna they're gonna say be on your way. But
Okay, so they're like
you'll be able to tell that like they're professional and they're loyal to Orn.
they're like those NPCs when you like press the interact button, they just say the same thing over and over
Hmm
again.
hmm hmm
Okay,
Yeah, so their loyalty is to Orn, and he's a private person. They're going to respect his privacy.
got it.
That's fair.
Yeah, so you have some time. Um, what are you going to do? Wait to use that time.
Um, I would like to send a message or a note to Elise to see if he has any context on Moneta.
Okay, so you send that message.
It's not that
And
I
soon
don't.
enough you'll hear back. No big deal. It's just that no, no connect. Manetta's trouble. One of the known gangs on Ganymede. So as your group is sort of walking around trying to figure out your next steps, you're about halfway through the commercial corridor when they step out. Three of them, moving with the casual confidence of people who've done this before. Builters, all of them, long limbed, unhurried. The one in the front, a woman, a Belter woman in her 30s with her hair pulled back in a ponytail, uh, is their leader and stops a few meters away and looks you over without apparent concern. They have guns drawn, but not pointed at you. You've been asking a lot of questions today, he says. His voice is flat and her voice is flat and conversational. Someone wants you to know, stop. Walk away from this one. Whatever you were paid, it's not worth it. And then, after a pause, this is the friendly version of the conversation. And they stand in place.
Trying to decide how much of a dick Nico is.
How much he wants to die, you mean?
Yeah, yeah. Because in my head, my immediate response is, or what? You'll vacuum seal us to death, but I don't know that I would say that. That's
You can seal us to death. Okay.
How
They do
many
have
are
pistols.
how many are there?
Three. Three. Pistols drawn.
Any OPA paraphernalia?
Uh, no. No OPA paraphernalia. They look like typical belters. Not
Typical belters. What is that supposed to mean, Andy? Bigot.
I understood what he meant.
Wow.
They look like
So-
every.
Yeah, I'm
How
sure
about
you
this?
did,
the
Mira.
kind of people that you would see on the station, they don't look too different from the thugs that you just saw at Oren's office.
Thugs? Wow.
Yeah, I think it's just a
Okay.
GM spot. Whoever's GMing in
Oh
this
my
just gets
God.
canceled left and right.
This
Yeah,
is just
yeah.
us bullying Andy.
Who's the other person with a
Right.
gun? I know who the other
What's
person
that?
with the gun is in character, but I don't know out of character. Who's the person who had the gun?
So
Nico.
you're able to put two and two together and figure out that it's the person who is
Mhm.
described at Kovacs of
Yeah.
buying the trigger module.
That's
Yeah.
why I had the vacuum
So
seal.
this
as the
gives you
death
pause
joke.
for a second. Do you know why?
Oh, we're gonna kill them.
No. That's not why. That's not why it should give you pause.
Oh, okay.
Because they know we've been
Because they
asking
found
around.
us. Yeah.
Well, so you had a theory about the trigger module, didn't you?
Mhm.
That it
Yeah.
was tracked.
Well, that it might be to kill Kai.
Oh.
Or
It was a
that
Cracker.
Kai set it up to kill anybody that came looking.
Mhm. But 11 months ago?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so
not seeing the play. So
So let's go back and think about the timeline for a second. Kai runs away from his parents. He's around 18 years old.
Yeah.
He arrives on Ganymede, works for the company,
Mhm.
and around that
Which is a
time,
choice.
for a short period of time, he works there and he secretly diverts a shipment into the company to this locker, this storage area unmarked down the way.
yeah.
It could also be that this is the person Kai actually cares about, and they've been working together this whole time.
right.
Could be.
But where does Oren come in?
Yeah. Who?
Well,
Well, you
Oren is
heard Oren inquire about the contents. He seemed interested in having it for himself if he could.
right. Bait.
No. No. So this person wanted to kill Orn.
Could be.
Okay. I'm gonna put my palms up. I'm the the peacenik. Look, we've been put in a situation. I don't speak for the rest of the crew about this,
I'll
but
cut
between you and me,
Yessie off before she gets to her point. And I'll say, no, you're right. It's definitely not worth it for us to continue. We'll go. And I'll just start backing away. Because I understand what they meant by that they are going to try and kill us if we continue. And our lives are, according to them, worth more than any amount of money or face that we would have. However, I am going to maneuver to find a piece of cover, and the second I find it, I'm going to turn around and start shooting at them. Like, I just
Oh my
don't.
God.
I do not see any way we get out of this situation without murder. But I am going to cut off Yessie because I know that would have led to violence. I just have a feeling in my gut that would have led to violence. And I will move away, and I will whisper to Yessie, "We can take them." And I'll kind of give Nico an annoying look
No.
and start to back away.
yes, he will not be goaded or into violence.
Yeah, if we're walking away, we're walking away then. But
I'm not walking away.
okay.
Yes, he is not walking away.
Chatting.
You can walk away. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna
If
walk
you're
away.
scared. It's okay to be scared.
It's not a scared. It's a tactical understanding. They have guns out, and we have no guns out.
It's okay. It's okay to frame fear as tactical understanding.
Not quite what's
I
happening.
I accept that.
Not quite what's happening. I will say, yeah, we'll walk away, and I walk away, and I'll leave Yessie to stay if she wants to.
Okay.
But I will give Nico that annoying glance, like I'm ready to shoot them.
I'll step back a bit, but I will stick by Yessie to some extent.
Yessie's holding her palms forward. What is Ade doing?
She's also like, I don't want any trouble,
Yeah.
but she's not backing away because this looks like the person.
I'm going for cover. That's the main thing I'm going for. Is
Yeah.
cover.
Oh,
Okay.
you're good.
What are you doing, Nico?
So
I'm just, like I said, I'm backing up
Okay.
to a bit.
So the three of you have your sort of palms up like this.
So I was saying something. So
ahead.
once Mira moves away, I would say, we've been put. I won't speak for everyone here. Mira moves away. I believe that we have been put in a very difficult position, and for me personally, I care about that kid. That's it. And I want to see how the woman with the hair pulled back responds to that statement. I care about that twink.
She takes your homophobia and she shoots you.
She says, best for you if you care a little bit less. And then they turn around.
I get shot in the back. No, I'm kidding. I'll
turn
hold.
around and walk away.
Okay, so when I said I look to see at her reaction, I want to try to perceive like any like micro response in her face using my capacity to perceive empathy.
Go ahead.
15.
Yeah, you can see that this woman has very little to no empathy.
Generally surprised they didn't shoot us outright. Just on the setup of the
I mean,
structure.
Well, you
she
didn't
said
talk,
stop
so-
asking questions. I didn't ask a question.
Yeah. Fair. You know what? Good play.
Lawyer.
Well done. If they had shot us, you could have been like, hey, I didn't ask questions. Why'd you shoot me? But
Hey,
no,
if they
you know what?
If they would have shot and killed me, I would have like gone to bed. So that's fine.
No, you would have been dragged bleeding away from there by me after I also got shot. And then we would have probably kissed. I don't know.
Why not? Sure. All right. Well.
Definitely a place.
So let's fast forward, and eventually you receive a message from Orn Mira saying, "It's time. Let's muster in front of my office."
Bring
That
extra
way.
guns.
Yeah. We'll go. But I'm gonna go to the captain before we go. This other party does not seem to be affiliated with Moneta. Moneta appears to have Kai caught, perhaps on behalf of this extra third-party individual. And there were no identifying markers on these individuals, right? The three that came and harassed us?
No. So what's your theory of the case, John? Sounds like you're sort of putting together a picture and making some assumptions.
Yeah, so my thought is that this alternative gang, the underground gang, they didn't grab Kai.
This is Moneta's gang, right?
Yeah, they didn't grab Kai for Kai. And if they did grab Kai for Kai, they grabbed Kai for someone else.
Mhm.
Someone else cares about who Kai is. not Monetta's gang. Monetta was a rival of Orange,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's a very easy way to get somebody to get the job done. Just be like, he really cares about this twink, and then boom, Monetta's jumping on it. Like it's literally like, this is great. Fuck that guy, Orn. I hate him. He's a piece of shit, which also might be true.
Any other potential reasons why anybody Moneta would be interested in kidnapping Kai?
Knowing who Kai is, Kai last name
Mhm.
is definitely throwing a lot of weight around here. And it could be just another move to kind of get power play on that.
Okay.
But I think more likely, whoever this hair tied back lady is, what the fuck is her deal? We should have just shot her and fucking questioned her. We wouldn't have won that fight. I know we wouldn't have won that fight. It's fine.
No,
Yeah, I
I have
really,
a wrench.
you throw a wrench.
You could throw
Maybe
her.
they aren't trained for dodgeball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am really still kind of conflicted over whether they are somehow like trying to protect Kai or make him or help him disappear. The
No.
booby trap thing is
No.
like
The way that I read that situation, especially with after the pretty decent success on Yessie's part, reading her with no empathy, is that she wants to kill Kai, or she wants to have Kai for leverage, or Kai is an object. Kai is not a person. That's the way I'm reading that. She was the one who put the trigger device in his facility. He very clearly wasn't tight-lipped with it because the bartender at a brothel knew 57D.
We were friends.
Orn apparently knew about it as well.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Also, we're making assumptions that Elise is like a trustworthy person.
No,
I
we're
mean,
not.
she could be. Well, no, I'm saying like she could be, you know, maybe Kai told her that go to 57D because he knew it would eventually make its way to Orn, or maybe he wanted to fucking kill Elise. I don't know.
You're saying
so
Elise is giving the information to Orn.
could be, but my point is that like, why did Kai tell Elise about 57D? I think that's like a big question. I think you it's like assuming that he was loose-lipped,
Yeah.
or was
So
it intentional?
the way that she said it, she didn't know what 57D meant. Remember, we had to track that down. He
was
said
right.
it like it was just kind of,
rambling
yeah, like in a
because
rant.
he was panicked.
He was on a comm
Now,
and she overheard it.
yeah, so
Oh,
basically,
she overheard it.
basically, the way she paraphrased it to us is that he didn't mean to tell her 57D, and it was the only thing that she
I see.
knew about it.
Okay.
So,
That's right.
yeah.
It could have been a phone call telling somebody that would get him off the planet where that stuff.
Right. So
is.
what Elise told Nico again was that Kai came to her. He seemed desperate to get off Ganymede. He said he had a plan,
Right.
and he just needed a little time to
Implement it.
Yeah. So then you need to figure out what that plan was, and what it might have to do with
We don't
the
have time.
stolen goods.
We don't have time for that though, because we have to go to Orn, and then we have to go to Moneta, and then we have to talk to Moneta about Kai, who Moneta presumably has Kai based on what Orn said, and Orn's ready to start a fight because he doesn't like Moneta from the onset, and it's basically sounding like he wants to do harm, even though he did allude that we could talk. But from the sounds of it, I don't think, unless Moneta knows that we work for the boss, then she might try to play ball with us. And if that's the case, we can use that connective tissue to get more information out of her, or to possibly get a private meet with Kai. Ooh, okay. Good cop, bad cop, Sopakli. Bad cop. I'm gonna be up front. I gotta be the face. Okay, talk
Always
to Moneta.
bad cop.
Okay. Well, if you want Nico to go in, he's kind of the slimy cop. He's kind of like the corrupt cop, you know. He's kind of like the cop who he works a long job, but he got paid on the side to do a thing, and he smokes a lot of cigarettes. Oh. So we could have him do it, but it won't be as good. I
think Nico is like hot cop. Like he just like kind of winks drunkenly, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, Nico."
He's
so
hot.
it's kind of like
Well, no. Nico talks more than hot cop. I think he's corrupt cop. I think he's on the take. I think he's on.
Why can't I be both?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fair. I guess hot cop is more aesthetic, and corrupt cop is more, the character. So that's fine. Or we could have Ade do it, and she could. Again, Ade is very much our mechanic. She is very much our mechanic. Like if we'd gotten to the fight,
I've done a lot of my job.
she saved our lives. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. But probably not a talker. If we'd gotten into that fight, I know that wrench would have probably hit somebody and killed them. So there is that. That's true. But anyway, what we should do is I'll go in and do the talking, or Nico will go in and do the talking with Moneta. And basically, the one light item we have to make sure is on the deal there is Yessie gets to go to talk to Kai in whatever cell he's being held in alone. That has to happen. And then we'll have Ade basically be on ready to, like, no comms, right? But, like, tool belt. Something hidden in the tool belt, and, like, we're obviously going to be our guns are going to be stripped of us by Moneta. But we need something that immediately notifies Orn that we need the cavalry to ride in. And so we need some sort of signal that they won't see on us that can get back to him.
Can I conceal my knife in a more concealed way where it's not going to be found during a pat down?
My weapon's a concealed weapon, but I think like during a pat down, it's going to get busted out, like for sure.
Where do you propose hiding that knife where it's not going to get found pat down?
Well, I'm okay. I'm a belter, so I've got like a suit that's got all kinds of like, connectors and like, like rough like ridges and things,
So if you have like a very, very small, very, very thin knife that might fit in a leather connector between two pieces of clothing, for example, that would potentially work. Not a regular like longer knife.
Well, it's a belter custom knife. So I would say that it is customized to be hidden within the equipment that a belter would wear. And maybe it's very, very thin and long enough to like do 1d6.1 damage.
Especially if you poke him in the eye with the pointy part, sure.
Or
could it be like a stiletto?
Yeah, like that.
Right.
I am going to volunteer Mira to go in there because based on the read that the whole Orin conversation has, I'm assuming she can play some of those save cards to actually speak, whereas I'm just going to have to try to be drunkenly charming. And
well,
we don't know.
To give you just a quick pat on the back, you nailed that in the Orin conversation. Basically, that initial conversation, you did a lot of the legwork and handled a lot of the business. So when it came time to him to go, oh, this guy's talking for her, and then start talking to me and giving out the details, like I felt like I didn't have to say much more than that. So again, don't be too harsh on yourself.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, I feel like this one, we're not going to have a lot of time for the setup. So probably best to...
And just so you guys understand, I do understand that it has seemed like all I have is a cudgel, and that is accurate, but you can use cudgels for different things besides bludgeoning people upside the head, so don't worry. I have the same tool set, but I promise you it won't seem as harsh. Moneta is probably going to go through this conversation with her ears unsashed. So...
Great.
Okay, so let's say that your group rendezvous with Orn outside of his office. and he will say to you, I've had people looking into her area. No, there will be cameras there. Looks at Ade. You look like you might be able to remotely disable them.
Probably. I can give a hand at it.
You know you would be able to, probably. Yeah, that's one of
Yeah.
your skill set.
She's
Looks at,
she's being nonchalant, you
uh-huh.
know.
Looks at Nico and say, "You, pretty boy, you're probably pretty quiet, right? Pretty quiet, right?"
I will just look at the other three people in the group
I really
and
don't
go,
understand how he came to that conclusion.
Stealthy,
Yeah.
stealthy is what he means.
No, I know, but Mira's like, we won't shut the fuck up.
That would be useful. That would be useful.
Before we go too far, there might be a third interested party here, and I will describe the 30-year-old-ish woman with the ponytail now that we have actually seen her face to face to see if Orn has any idea who that party might be.
Sounds to me like you were warned off by Monetta's gang on her orders. Been asking a lot of questions. You found some good info. Seems more and more like she has Kai, and she's trying to scare you off of it.
When was the last time you saw Kai? I'm just trying to put a timeline together here, because that lady's been involved for quite a while.
Like 11 months. Quite a while.
Kaya's been missing for about 2 weeks. About 2 weeks from when he left Orn.
So, yeah, it may be that Monetta's gang has been watching Kai for a very long time. So, that's all I need to carry on.
So we're going to try and set up a situation where Ade will be able to remotely communicate to you that the jig is up and we need the guns. Our primary goal is to ensure that we get communication with Kai immediately. We're going to try and utilize our leverage here. No mention of you will come up until you show up. The situation, as I understand it, we're going to walk in and we're going to address them similarly to how we addressed you. And that'll be that. They're trying to ask us to back off. We're hoping that we can find out why they want Kai, and we're hoping it's because they too think that a connection with the father might be beneficial to them. Of course, they won't get it. But hopefully that's accurate, and hopefully that's what they want, so we can get in there and promise them the moon, and then drop it on their heads. Sound good? Sound good to you?
Sure. Let's go.
All right. Disable these cameras.
What's that? See again?
Yeah.
Disable these
Disable
cameras.
Doing it.
Yep.
Do I need to do technology?
So
engineering?
what's happening is that once you get to the appropriate corridors, you'll notice a couple of things. You'll notice that there's one guard that's patrolling.
Okay.
There are three guards, sort of at the what you think is probably the entryway to Manetta's offices. And there's a camera Well, okay, let's just stop there. There will be looks like there's a camera in front of the area where the 3 guards are kind of posted up. So there's a sort of a separate corridor that seems to maybe lead to the back somewhere. You're not sure where. What do you do?
Can I disable that camera from where we're at?
So you can, but
Or
you
do we
know.
want to do a distraction first?
So I'm just going to say one more time. So the way it
Yeah.
looks is that there's a main corridor,
Mm-hmm.
and there's 3 guards in front of what looks like a main entrance into Manetta's offices. But there's a side corridor that slips around, and you're not sure where that goes.
Right.
But you have seen a person walking up and back in that area.
In the hidden corridor.
Mhm.
Um, possibly somewhere where they might be keeping people, or
I mean, it's potentially a back entrance.
yeah. Do we want to go through there?
Is there any other foot traffic around this area, or is it pretty
No, it's pretty
empty?
deserted. Yeah, they chose this area because it's pretty deserted.
And if y'all want, I could pretend to pretend to drunkenly stumble down here and get some attention and do whatever you need to do. Unless it looks like there's a way to climb or sneak around to check that back area. But I'm not sure from the layout if there's a way to kind of come around the side or back.
Ade or Mira have a suggestion about your approach?
Um, I'd say the side entrance is more likely because you said that there were, was it 2 or 3 guards in the
3.
3 at the main entrance?
Mhm.
And then there's an additional one pacing down the side corridor.
Is
Johnny there?
He said he'd be right back, but he's
Okay.
listening.
Yessie, do you have a suggestion?
This kind of like sneaking in and stuff, this is outside of Yessie's kind of like skill set. Anything that undermines negotiation is sort of, it's like, okay.
You were going to
Oh.
say, Tom?
So I'm just trying to visualize the layout. Is there a way to approach the side entrance without that group of 3 at the front?
Yes.
Noticing? Okay.
Yes. Go ahead.
So I could try and sneak up there to see if I can at least get a better idea of what's going on in that corridor.
Okay. So Orn will sort of put his head into the huddle of you sort of whispering, and he's going to try to whisper, but it's hard for him. And he's going to say, 2 ways to do it. We storm the front with the 3 of them and hope that my 3 can take their 3. We do that, we alert who's ever behind that door. Could endanger Kai. Or sneaky boy, go around the corridor, take out that guard fast. Give us a chance to see what's back there.
That's something I feel like the sneaking part I think I can do. It's the quiet murder part, something I feel like I have the skill set to do.
So you are pretty good with a pistol, if I remember correctly.
I guess my question is, how quiet is that?
Did you buy the silencer?
So, remember, you're not firing bullets, right? Are you firing
Oh,
bullets? I don't.
wow.
Is it more like a
Yeah, you're probably firing pulses, which a single pulse might not necessarily draw too much attention.
All right, well, just, I guess, have the cavalry ready.
Yeah, you're on comms.
Yeah. So I would like to try to approach stealthily to find a spot where I can kind of come up behind them to deal with them.
Yep. So
So,
let's roll dexterity stealth.
whew,
Yep.
16.
So the TN was 13, and so you did well. So you have been able to move up to get a better sort of view of things. You found sort of a darkened corner, and you're able to see the guard walking towards what looks like a smaller door,
Mm-hmm.
and above the door, there's a security camera.
I would try to silently pass the security camera location and direction to Ade to see if they can.
Yep. You could just tap something into your
Yeah.
comm and flip it, and then it goes straight to Liz.
Yeah. I'd like to disable that camera then.
Yeah, you're just going to need to be a little bit closer.
Okay.
So
I
the
will.
situation is Tom, you're sort of in a little bit of darkness, but
Mhm.
you know that the guard's going to be coming by. And Ade, do you want to approach as well to sort of become more near Nico?
Yeah, but trying to stay out of the sight of the guard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So Tom, the guard is heading your way and is going to
Oh,
round a corner near where you are.
as in
Yep.
he'll round the corner and see me, or
So you have an opportunity to take a shot at him just as he's about to round the corner.
would it be in sight of the camera or out of line of sight of the camera at
It
that
would
point?
be out of line of sight of the
Then
camera.
yes, I
So
would.
like you're right before the corner, and
Okay.
as he's getting ready to round, there'd be that angle where you
Yeah.
could take the shot.
Yes.
So
I will attempt to do
and then
that.
so maybe you want to coordinate with Ade about
Yeah.
when the
Yeah,
camera goes down.
Yes.
Okay, so before you take the shot, maybe Ade, you want to work on disabling the camera?
Yes.
Great. So what kind of role do you think would help with that?
I'm thinking intelligence technology.
Yep, makes sense.
14.
Yep, that's good enough.
Nice.
You guys are rolling really well. And
But for
so
how
you were
long?
quickly able to disable the camera. And then Nico, take your shot.
Assuming I click on this die next to attack mod.
Let's see if it works.
I believe in you.
I don't know.
Something's wrong. So you rolled 5, 6, 7, 8. You rolled a 9 plus 1 is 10.
Mhm.
Not sure why it didn't give the total there. It has 0.
I will spend some number of luck points. Or fortune.
So the target number here is 14.
Okay. So,
If you spend all 14, I mean all 4 points to get to 14,
yes.
then we'll say that you're able to take him down in one shot.
Okay.
So the body crumples to the ground. What do you do?
Into the dark area, just in case anybody happens to wander around here. It's not just
Yes.
laying
So
out.
yes, exactly. It's like when in the video game where you pick up
Yeah.
the body and you throw it down in this shadow. Yeah.
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 Got it.
And then I will alert the folks that it's a clear path to come this way now.
Okay.
Hustle on in.
So then everybody moves to the back of the door.
I'll look to Yessie and say, well, probably just one additional body added to the list of bodies to make sure Kai can have his freedom. The privileges of being a rich person. It's interesting. And stridently just
Who
continues.
takes point? Who takes point?
Oh, I suppose I would at this point. Because I get
So
to
if
make
you
new deals.
try the door handle, you feel that it's locked.
I'll look at Ade like, how dare she let me make a fool of myself trying to open a door that's locked.
Oh, excuse me, princess.
Appreciate you for recognizing.
Appreciate you for recognizing your mistake.
No, my royalty is what I was saying.
I feel like that would be engineering or
Engineering is fine.
dexterity, maybe?
No, engineering or technology. I think engineering is probably better.
Yeah. Knowing how lock work.
TN
Plus
is
drill.
12. So you need to spend a couple of you got ones, man. There's no such thing
Yeah.
here as crit failures, but you just need to spend.
Oh, the stunts go to the next one for key explorations. Not so great.
Are you tracking? How many fortune points do you have left, Liz?
21.
Oh, geez, that's plenty. You're doing great.
Yeah.
Okay.
I started with 30, so.
So let me tell you a couple of things about combat as you're about to potentially get into it. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you can talk your way out of this without combat. But I just wanted you to know, instead, what happens. So your initiative order is based on 3d6 plus your. Hold on a second. Let me just make sure I got this right. I'm looking at one of your sheets. So it would be Nico, so I want to look at the moment. Go here, go here. Texas 4. Six, 7, 2 plus 4. Yeah, so Nico has the highest deck, so he would if there's combat between all of you, you go in dex order basically. When you're in combat, you could do one major action and one minor action, or two minor actions. Things like a major action includes attack, melee attack, ranged attack, dashing, uh, defending, like dodging and adding to your defense. Minor actions including aim on the next attack, move up to your speed, ready, draw or stow, prepare, delay for interrupt. And when you're hit, when you're attacked, you have defense, and your defense is taken from your toughness. Your toughness is the blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to find this out. Hold on a second. Sorry for a moment. I need to find something real quick.
You're fine.
First time we're having real combat. Your toughness is your constitution plus your armor bonus. So for Nico, it would be 2 and your armor bonus is
I think
0.
I have
So
armor. Yeah.
so your toughness is 2, and that means that you would subtract toughness from any damage that you receive, and you can also spend fortune points 1-to-1 to negate remaining damage. 1 fortune point for 1 damage. If you
Get hit.
take damage after that, you take the injured condition.
Gotcha.
And you have a question.
Yeah.
Are we doing initiative as it's set in the guide, or are we doing something different?
So right now, you're not doing initiative because you haven't encountered any foes at this
Okay.
point. So it
So
would have to be.
I was gonna say we've got about 13 minutes left, and I was gonna say I think I was saying, but I was muted. If you want,
Can you go a little bit longer, or do you want to?
I'm
If you don't want to go longer, that's fine.
He wants to go be Cyclops.
We could stop here,
well.
and we can pick up combat next time.
I was gonna say, like, if it does sound like it's gonna be a bit of a labor, like when it comes to kind of knowing the specifics of it.
Yeah, and we don't want to rush the last bit too, because that's really the important resolution of the story. So here's another idea, is that I did say that I wanted to take a little bit of a break to prep for the next one.
Yeah.
But if you're okay with it, you can give me like maybe 2 weeks to prep for the next adventure, and we could pick it up at the combat, and we can go straight into the next one.
Absolutely, yeah. Again, it does sound like it's probably going to be something that's going to go on for a little more than 10 minutes. So I just don't.
Definitely.
I don't want to rush you.
Hey, we could very easily die in 10 minutes. All right, it could be game over.
I'm not saying that's not true, and that for me would be a satisfying ending to a sci-fi kind of post kind of dystopia.
So are we okay with that plan of picking it up again in a couple of weeks, if you don't mind? And
so if that's the case, then if you're looking forward to the finale of The Expanse, which I totally am, we'll be doing that in 2 weeks. Let's go ahead and set the date as the 26th. We okay with that? Is everybody good on the 26th?
I'm going to be out.
How about the 3rd?
Yeah.
3rd works?
Yep.
Yeah.
3rd works.
3rd works.
So we're looking at the 3rd, and then so next week and the following week we're going to be doing something as a pickup. I have yet to decide whether that's going to be a Tomb of Fate game or if it's going to be something else. I do have Colt in the background though, so wink, wink, nudge, nudge, hint, hint. And if anybody else here who's present or anybody who's watching is interested in potentially running something, I'm more than happy to hear your pitch. And then we will settle the combat for the Expanse on the 3rd of July.
And then step into the second connected adventure with the same characters, same deal.
Which will basically give Andy the perfect kind of segue to kind of get us into that next beat. Perfect, love it. And then keep an eye out for tomorrow. I think at 11 a.m. Brent is running a game for Tomb of Fate, and then Sunday we'll be running Starfinder. So keep an eye out for that as well. Thanks for watching those that did, and we will see you for this game in 3 weeks. Ciao for now.